having fun? And who are we pretending to be today? Laura? Snake?
And simulation. No, just a journalist on the run from her evil producer.
Touchy. Well, if you're done with your little holographic game of hide and seek, why don't you tell the viewers what's in this issue?
No problem. Hey gang, in this issue, check out Eco. We got the lowdown from the developers in Japan. Then I flew over to Naughty Dog to hang out with the creators of Jak and Daxter. For those of you who thought the 360 camera we used at E3 in our last issue was cool, the folks at En Route showed us how they're using it to give you a head-spinning look at things.
Head spinning, huh? It's kind of like an exorcist camp. With the head spinning.
Begin simulation. Now, where did I leave that laser?
PlayStation 2 was released with the potential to create stunning worlds that game players have never seen before. Now, there's a game where that potential has been realized. Eco is a new game from SEI that puts the player in a wondrous fantasy world on a quest to save a princess and themselves.
The story of Eco begins in a small village. Every generation a boy is born with horns on his head. The boy is believed to be evil, and the villagers sacrifice him to cleanse the village of evil spirits. The boy is led away to a castle to be sacrificed. By sheer accident, he's able to escape. So now he's roaming the castle and trying to find a way out. However, and here this game differs from other games, there is another prisoner in the castle, a girl named Yorda. Eco meets her, and, hand in hand, the two of them try to escape from the castle. It's a different kind of story.
Escape will not be easy. Yorda and Eco must first battle many enemies and solve a series of mind-bending puzzles to emerge safely from their prison.
The castle is built on the edge of a cliff. On one side of it, there's a terrace with a majestic windmill. On the other side is a vast ocean. The sea breeze blows in and the windmill turns. The castle walls tower above it. It's an extremely beautiful atmosphere. The place feels like a famous tourist attraction.
Beyond the amazing scenery, the game is enhanced by the movement of objects, such as the swaying of hanging chains and the turning of the windmill. We were sure that this was done using motion capture, but we were wrong.
Well, PlayStation 2 has incredible computing power, but if you import realistic physics into a game, you get something that you didn't expect. It's too realistic. The key is to present it so it looks believable, but it is still exciting gameplay. It took us a tremendous amount of time to master that balance. We obsessed over the look and feel of the game. We animated everything by hand to capture our imaginations, to bring to life what was happening inside our heads. In the beginning, you've got something that's been clearly and deeply imagined. We investigated a lot of different methods, developing different technical approaches to bring it to life on the screen. We worked really hard at it, and the result is the sort of game that you see.
All of their work paid off. Eco shows off the graphical power of the PlayStation 2 to its fullest. Be sure to take a look at this beautiful world for yourself. It's a world where man and machine become one in a race for glory. It's fast-paced, futuristic, and a hell of a lot of fun. Experience the ultimate evolution in racing in Santa Monica Studios' sleek new racer, Kinetica.
Kinetica is a futuristic racing game that has the characters that put these kinetic suits on that give them certain abilities to race up buildings and have speed in excess of 200-300 miles an hour.
We wanted a very, very fast-paced racing game where the emphasis was on speed and the maneuverability of the bikes. And we wanted to do something interesting as well.
The most interesting thing about Kinetica is that the vehicles are actually kinetic suits that the riders meld into, thus giving the rider incredible agility.
In most racing games, the vehicles are kind of boring. I mean, they're cars, you know, the wheels turn. That's really about the only animation that you have on the vehicle. We have very animated characters. They're people. They have wheels attached to the skins. The entire body moves when they do a turn. And we had to develop an animation system that allowed us to do that.
But Kinetica isn't just about going fast. As you're racing, you can perform stunts. And if you want to win, you'd better get your tricks down, because more tricks mean more speed.
Most of the aspects of this game are about speed, so the stunts, the amount of stunts you do play a direct role in how much boost you have. It all depends on the look of the bike. Each of the bikes have 8 unique stunts.
She can do backflips. There's all sorts of figure skating stunts. We've used ballet a little bit for some reference material for us, triple toe loops.
While you're performing stunts and racing, you'll also need to keep your eyes open for power-ups scattered along the tracks.
We have boost pads throughout the track, and they're pretty much self-explanatory. You drive over those and they push up the horsepower of the bikes quite a bit.
You can also siphon boost from the turbo pads. If you press one of the control buttons while you're driving over a pad, you can suck the turbo into the bike to be used at a later date rather than use it at the same time.
And we also have crystals throughout the track, and once you pick up 5 of those, it goes into kind of a slot machine deal.
There are some offensive attacks as well. You can pick up a burst attack, which allows you to knock other bikes out of the way, spin them out of control.
There's an infinity boost, which basically allows you to just keep pushing it and keep going faster and faster. Super boost, which ups the speed of the boost even more. And then we have drafting, which forms a draft cone behind the bikes ahead of you, and if you can maneuver within that cone, you also get more boost.
Kinetica has a unique control system, one that should help separate it from the pack of racing games out there.
In order to make the bikes feel very fluid and animated, we're using that sensitivity of the analog stick, so that if you lean slightly over, the bike will only move slightly. If you lean the whole way over, the bike will turn very hard. We're actually using both of the DualShock analog sticks, the left one for steering and the right one for braking and acceleration.
And then to perform tricks, roll down the R1, and then at that point, that takes away the control of the bike's maneuvering from the left stick, and at that point you do similar to fighting game type moves to perform stunts, so sweeps and back and forth, and then at that point all you have to do is make sure that you finish a stunt and let go of that button before you land it.
With all of this blazingly fast action on the screen, Kinetica takes advantage of all the power of the PlayStation 2.
The PS2 changed the way that we made the game very considerably. We had to deal with many, many more polygons than we did on PlayStation 1 games. Kinetica is pushing upwards of 15 million polygons a second. Our main characters, the bikes in the game, have 10,000 polygons for their highest level of detail. There are 12 bikes on screen at any one time. We were throwing more polygons into one bike than we threw into the entire scene on the PlayStation. Overall, it just made the game look infinitely better.
Kinetica is an amazingly beautiful game with levels that you could never imagine. We asked Quinn and Tim to tell us about their favorites.
I really like the space station levels. We end up doing this thing where you open up into these pods and you have a lot of alternative paths to get through them. Kinetica is different than other racing games because of the fact that we've allowed people to drive on walls, pretty much go where they feel they want to.
The levels that take place in a power station have some really trippy effects in them. Very interesting environment to race in. It's very kind of neon and glowing, and it's really those levels are really nice. I think those are probably my favourites.
Kinetica is a completely original game, and we think it'll blow you away. So get ready to strap on your kinetic suit and bust some huge tricks. The PlayStation 2 is more than just a video game console. It's a complete entertainment system. Last issue, we featured a new technology that will expand what our PlayStations can do. This issue, we thought we'd tell you a little more about it.
First-person video is a 360 degrees maneuverable video where the viewer can control which direction they would like to see. Unlike a normal video, it is an active viewing experience.
You're actually put into an environment rather than looking through a window at the environment.
Initially, we created 360 still imagery, and it was very interesting. You know, it actually brought a person to another space, but it was only a moment in space.
Although En route designed and built specialized components for the cameras, panoramic cameras have been a goal of photographers for a long time.
The concept of 360-degree cameras go back to the turn of the century. So the building of the camera was just refining the technologies and our needs.
But En route needs more than amazing cameras to create first-person video. Once the video has been shot, there's still a lot of work to be done.
We used 8 cameras pointing outward. We're capturing everything simultaneously. Then we take, in this case, 8 video streams, and we run it through our process that seamlessly stitches all the images together into one video.
And then the human operator has to do that last little tweaking, and the mind can detect some very small errors. So he has to sit in there and just give it that final last little tweak. And then once he gets that thing set, then the computer can take over.
When En route was looking for a machine to play back their first-person videos, they decided that they needed the power of the PlayStation 2.
Well, initially we were looking for a platform that met several criteria, and the PS2 had enough horsepower to make this possible.
Our technology is pretty limitless. It's going to be the consumer that's going to drive the uses of this technology. I'm looking forward to working with the most creative people we can find to see how far we can push this thing.